that's right. I now am the proud owner of a 2015 Honda Grom. Yes, I've joined the club, so to speak. I just couldn't resist. I had to try it out for myself. So, I'll still be riding the Ducati. I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon, but for now, I get to have some more fun on this Grom. So, I bought it last night and it had 380 miles on it when I bought it. So I've almost put on 100 miles in a day actually, which is impressive. But part of that included getting it home. So it wasn't the best process. 55 miles on the highway on this thing is not exactly the most comfortable for me or the bike, I assume. It probably did not enjoy that. So just to be kind to it, I went ahead and did the oil change today, which is about time for anyway. I think it's 600 miles is what the dealer break-in is, and hey, what's up? I figured since I had been so rude. What was that? Hopefully not something of mine. Since I had been so rude to the Grom right after we first met, I figured, you know, I'll give you some new blood. Keep you going, keep you happy. So right now we're on our way to see Jennifer, who is my girlfriend. Oh hey. And she's gonna get to see the Grom for the first time. So that's exciting. And while this Grom is also for doing wheelies and all kinds of shenanigans and whatnot, it is also for, this is my secret agenda, is to teach Jennifer how to drive a motorcycle. So she's game for it. Well, she thinks she is at least. So that's good. That's all I ask. I'm pretty stoked about that. So we'll see when she actually gets on it to drive, but we're gonna go ride around tonight and she'll get a little bit of a feel for it. I'll be driving, but she'll just get the general gist of what it's like to ride on the Grom. It's so unintimidating though. I mean, this thing is just cake to drive. The Ducati is a monster. Haha, terrible pun. But in contrast, this is just like butter. I mean, you are just smooth. I mean, it's not exactly the most sophisticated gearbox in the world, but it does what it is supposed to and does it well. And keeps up with traffic okay. The tires are a little squirrely at high speed. I'm not sure if that's just the size of the tire, because they're tiny tires, or if that's, you know, the tires that Honda put on here, if they're not very good, because I've heard that they're pretty terrible stock. So we'll see. I got to do a couple things to it. Engine oil is the #1 thing on my list. That and greasing the chain. I couldn't believe when I got this. So it only had 300 miles. You'd think like, oh, okay, the chain can't be too bad. No. The chain was awful. I have never seen such a rusted chain. I mean, it was just surface rust, but I doubt they ever put lube on it once. I mean, I didn't love that, but we got some lube on it immediately and she's running much better now. So it's all good. It's all good. I don't think it'll ruin a chain in the first 300 miles. There's got to be some grease on it from the factory, so I'm just taking that into account. Plus, I mean, how much can a chain for this thing be? I don't even know, like 20 bucks? I have no idea. I really don't feel like replacing the chain right after I bought it though. That would not be super fun. The oil was not, so I changed the oil and I watched some videos and read the forums like I always do and whatnot, and like always, I think something's gonna be easy and it's not as easy as you thought. So actually draining the oil was super easy in this thing. That would took like 5 minutes at most. But I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the screen. Since it's the initial break-in, I need to take the cover off and all that kind of stuff. And that was a pain. That was so difficult because they put, well, this has an aftermarket exhaust. If you can't tell, it's got like It's huge. It's actually smaller, but the sound is huge. It's a little loud to me. I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit quieter, but it's got a good noise. It's alright. People know I'm coming, I guess, at least, you know, that kind of argument or whatever. If you want to take that side of things, or if you just want to think that's obnoxious, I can see it either way. So, anyway, back to the oil. There's one bolt that is just impossible to get out. You cannot get this thing. It is in the way, the frame's in the way, the exhaust is in the way, the brake lever's in the way, everything's in the way of this thing. And I finally got my wrench up in there, and lo and behold, Honda did not follow the standard very well for how much clearance to leave in an open-ended box wrench when you need to get the bolt off, because you could not fit that thing around that worth crap. You had like 1 or 2 positions that you could get it on, otherwise it was hitting the cover itself, and if it wasn't hitting the cover, it was hitting the frame. Now it could be that my wrench is just too big. That's a possibility, but either way, it was a pain. But I finally got it. Didn't feel like I really got it snugged up as much as I wanted to, but we'll see if she leaks. Hopefully not. That would be a bummer. I mean, it cost me a whole other $5 in oil, but not exactly something I want to do tonight. You're not leaking, are you? No, you're a good Grom. That's right. Oh, Wendy sounds good, but I should resist. Resist the Wendy's. But look at that smile. How can you resist that? I don't know. It's just, $4. Oh, man. No, stay strong. Stay strong. Gotta go meet Jen. So initial first impressions of the Grom are, it's actually a little bit torquier than I was expecting for a 125cc bike. 0 to 30 is surprisingly good. Now top end is where she kind of drags off. I personally think Honda should have made this bike at least a 150cc. I think that would have made just the hair bit of difference there. You know, it really needs to, like, if you could hit 65 in this thing, that would be really nice. Now I can hit like 61, 62, but if you could actually hit 65 without just, you know, going down a hill and doing a full tuck at the same time with a, you know, 20-mile-an-hour tailwind behind your back, that would be awesome. But that's not how it is. Now, I've heard that's part of the gearing rather than the bike's power, so, and I'm not really sure about that. So that may be the issue as well, but I think you kind of sacrifice your overall top speed if you go lower tooth. I think it helps with acceleration, but I think you get lower top speed, and then vice versa. If you got higher top speed, I think that it probably hurt your acceleration. So I don't know. I may experiment with that, and I may be totally wrong about how that works. I'm not an expert on that. I have not done many sprocket changes, aka ever. So don't lean on me to be the expert there, but I am enjoying it stock for now. Well, the exhaust is modified, obviously, but stock to me. I'll probably do the airbox mod. So windy. I'll probably do the airbox mod just to give it a little bit more room to breathe in there. Just take out that pipe behind the air filter. Open her up a little bit. Oh, we're green. So the suspension is pretty good on this. Compared to the Ducati, it's pretty awesome actually. I could get used to this. It's not like amazing by any means. It's obviously a budget suspension, but it works pretty well, and it absorbs the bumps pretty decently. Now, if you really get it over a big bump, then again, it kind of gets unhappy. But like most of, like 80-90% of the bumps, like it does really well. It's only like those really bad ones, maybe like 95% really. The really bad ones, it kind of unsettles it. That would be the word I would use. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I want to get some flush mount turn signals on it. That would be nice. Oh, what's going on over here? Got some tents set up. Doing tenting things. This is like a art festival. Veterans Park. I am, what are you? I am what? Oh yeah! Get it! This hill is yours! Oh! What are you doing? Taking a picture. Oh yeah. Cool. Is she gonna meet me in front or back? I don't know. We didn't talk about this. Whoa, hey, sir. Up front it is. Gate just closed. We'll just whip her in here real quick. Is that her? Nope. Nope. Not her either. This kickstand's kind of hard to get down, actually. Maybe it just needs oiled a little bit.